Hey folks, how y'all doing today? It's me, your friendly neighborhood Stately, and this is City Skylines, so welcome to the fair town of Good Intentions, where today we're going to keep working on our turkey's nest area. We're still trying to get to that 58,000 population, and that means I'm going to focus a little bit on housing, maybe do some infill here and there, but not exclusively. I just want to play around a little bit today and have some fun, so we'll see how that goes. Everything's working pretty well here. Traffic's in good shape. This is a new area I put in just very recently, and I think maybe we'll expand on this a little bit. What we could do is pop down some low-density housing around here. Maybe we'll go up to about, I don't know. Maybe we'll do this. Oh, aren't we being slow today? Oh, yikes. It's a little steeper than I anticipated. It's going to be hard to put much in the way of housing on that. Let's do something a little different then. Instead of that, what we'll do is we'll run a road from here and maybe go around the corner a bit like this. That's a little better. Still kind of steep there, but we can make some adjustments and kind of minimize the effect of that. And then, let's see, I want this to be a little curvier. Like so. And let's pop down some nice houses around here. Nothing too huge, but we can go with, say, 2x4s or 3x3s. And see how that turns out. We'll do some smaller ones here because there's a fairly steep slope behind it. It's nothing spectacular. I'm not going to get a whole lot of new residents out of this, but it's better than nothing. And there's some areas here where I don't see why we shouldn't put in some housing. Unless, you know, people object to living across the street from the cemetery, but that's their choice. Let's check the water supply. And we're good. No water issues. How are we on capacity? A little low on availability. Power is good. Water is, well, getting there. We're going to have to make some updates soon, but not just yet. Okay, this is filling in pretty quickly. That's all good. While we're watching stuff fill in, let's do a little bit of detailing. I kind of feel like we need a bit more in the way of foliage around here, partially to obfuscate some of these steep slopes, obviously. I need to remember to turn the brush strength down when I do this, otherwise you end up getting a bunch of different trees in one spot. Only I didn't this time, so that, I don't know, doesn't really prove my point, I suppose. Let's see, that's all pretty nice, but I feel like we could have a little more foliage along the street here. And maybe we'll even, hello? We'll even put down some of the big trees. And that makes things look a little more attractive, doesn't it? Let's see about some rocks. Some of the little ones, nothing spectacular. There's a lot of stuff here that I don't really use. A lot of it is fairly specific, but it would be nice to, I don't really need anything that huge. I just kind of want some smallish rocks here and there. These are all very large rocks. Come on, where are the little rocks? Where my little rocks be hiding? Nope, no luck, huh? Small buildings, I don't know. Here, let's unselect that. I don't think I've accomplished much with that. Abandoned stone farmhouse, ooh, neat. No, that's a terrible place to put it, isn't it? Okay, what? Why you do this to me? Sorry, distraction. I'm occasionally easily distracted. I'm not sure what's going on here with my little rocks. I think they might be somewhere else. Nope, here's some little rocks. Okay. This'll do fine. We'll grab a bit of a brush size and, you know, just put some rocks down to... Wow, a rock. Okay, this whole brush size thing, not working out that great. That guy's got a rock in his backyard. I'm sure he's very pleased with that. This area is already filled out nicely. Let's put down a couple of trees here as well. Kind of line the area a little bit. Hey, the university is still renowned, and only one academic works. But we won a trophy. College baseball championship. Go Buccaneers. All right, a little bit of detailing goes a long way. We're at 53,438 inhabitants and not rising much. We need to get to 58,000 for our megalopolis, which means international airport and stuff. So I say we do some infill. Let's see. I haven't been here in a little while. Let's go ahead and change some of these into regular roads. Yeah, they're not happy about that because they don't have their trees anymore, but, excuse me. Whatever, good enough. But they do get to park now, and that's nice. I'm sure they'll be happy about actually having parking spots. No, not like that. Hello? That and do something similar here. There we go. Give us quality housing for the masses. What else? I guess maybe I'll refrain from putting anything on the main road here. But I don't see why we wouldn't have anything here. Let's see, all of this is properly watered already. Good. And it's already starting to fill up. I'm sure there'll be good demand. And I suppose here as well. Again, we never do 4x4 low-density residential because it looks awful and the scaling is a serious issue. So I stick to 3x3 at the most. Well, occasionally like a 2x4 or something. Depending on the space available, but that's neither here nor there. All right, and here as well. And I suppose we can fill that in. There's not a lot of traffic on this main road. I know I said I was going to not put buildings on it, and then I immediately proceeded to put buildings on it. I'm a little fickle that way. Okay, and here as well, we can put something down here. Let's go out a little bit. kind of stick with the grid here. We'll just kind of extend the grid pattern. And we'll go down and put a tiny little curve in here just to, well, I guess not. Okay. That's how it's going to be, and that's how it's going to be. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I don't want to create any shortcuts by accident and have people cutting through residential areas to escape a busy road. So keep this nice and simple. And again, this doesn't seem busy enough to worry about, so I'll just put some housing on here too. Like that. Let's see, we might need a park down this way. We got one here, so that's okay. Well, apparently not. Everybody seems pretty happy with the park density, except up in this corner, and that's not the end of the world either. So we'll leave it. We'll let the population increase naturally. There's very low demand right now, so it's gonna take a little while. And while we do that, there's something else I've been meaning to do. We already have a nice little camping area down here, but it's not big. It's actually pretty modest. And we have a whole peninsula full of forest here. So I was thinking maybe take a significant section of this and turn it into parkland. That's going to be a bit of a project, but well, I don't see a problem with it. We can just get started and kind of work on it as we go. Let's see. Industrial, commercial, blah, office, blah, residential. Oh, here it is. Paint park area. So we'll take like the southern section here, like the entire thing, and we'll turn this into a nature reserve. I know it's kind of prime real estate, but it's also one of the few nice forested areas we have left. Well, there's plenty of forested areas. What I meant to say is it's one of the biggest ones. But I guess even that's not true. Look at all this forest here. Wood Park. Well, that's appropriate. Now, what I was thinking is we could also plop down some logging here. So we'll have a park, and then we'll have a logging area, and that way we'll be using the resources as well as we can reasonably hope to do. Okay, so paint industry area, and that'll be like all the way up here. And I don't mind if they're like right up against each other. That's fine. We've also got a little bit of ore here, but I'm not going to bother with that. We're not going to try to squeeze. Well, you know, if I did want to, this would be a great place to like conglomerate all of my industries together. But that's not the plan. Not today. All right. Industrial specialization. Farming, forest industry. Check. Hello. No. There's two things I need to do here. I keep forgetting about this. There's the district where you create the other specialization. Okay, right. It's the whole industries thing. Okay, so let's put down a 4-lane, I think. And the railroad, we might need to add a flyover for the railroad. I think what we'll do is we'll run the road along the coast. So we'll start it right about here. Would it make more sense to raise the rail, or would it make more sense to raise the road? I think under the circumstances, we'll just raise the road. Try for a straight line here. Are we just not going to play nice? Do I absolutely positively have to raise the rail? Okay, well, if I absolutely positively have to raise the rail, then that's what I'll do. We will go ahead and delete this section. Raise this up. Raise this up. Something like that. Go back and grab a rail section. And we'll go like that. Okay, and now we're going to put the road back. Go like this, and we'll lower it. We will lower it. We don't need to make a tunnel. Just want, yeah, there we go. Just want a nice simple overpass without any drama. Whoa, hello. Stop that, please. We'll raise this up a little bit, get it horizontal. That looks credible, right? It's maybe just a tiny bit too low. So we'll go ahead and just give both of these a slight nudge, and maybe this one needs to go up a little bit. Okay, there we go. That's a perfectly fine access road we have there. So from here on out, we're going to try to freehand it a little bit. Go out here and along here. What are these tunnel entrances doing here? I'm not trying to make a tunnel. Definitely not trying to make a tunnel. But tunnel's what I got. No thank you. Come on, play nice. All right. Stop it. Stop throwing me underground. I'm not making a tunnel. No tunnel. Come on, guys. Cut it out. I don't know, man. This is a little weird. We'll just do it in smaller sections. Is it just because we're so close to the edge here or something? I don't know. But it's behaving poorly. Let's see what we got going on here. This is all default. I don't even have anarchy turned on. So, I don't know. But here, let's stay a little bit farther from the water side. And hopefully it'll be okay. And then we'll have the entrance to the park be somewhere around there. So that looks okay. Got a kind of a deep cut here, but I don't think that's a huge issue. Let's just straighten this out a little bit right here. There we go. Yeah, that's just fine. Okay, let's start with the industry. We have a large industrial area already mapped out, so we just need to put down the main buildings. And I think I have a maxed out forestry area, so I should be able to put down everything already. Let's see. Yeah, that should be fine. I might straighten the slopes out a little bit along the way. And now we can put down some service roads. Should we do like an unpaved road? Probably going to end up being a lot of traffic, so maybe that's not a great idea. Let's do something more like this. We're going to do a combination of straight and curved sections here. because, you know, it's easier to attach the actual buildings to the straight section, so we'll like curve from one section to the next. Kind of try to fill the area out as best we can. Straight line, please. Up to maybe here. Why are you not even snapping right? This thing's being all kinds of irritating today. Whatever, close enough. And start with a few forestry buildings. Okay, we might actually do some worker barracks here. Oh, I still haven't unlocked the large plantations. That's crazy. So, do a couple here for starters. Hello? This thing's being a little bit weird. And I guess we should give these guys some water and some power, because otherwise they're just gonna whine. There we go. I just gave you water, stop complaining. Come on, guys. Why am I underground for the power lines? This is silly. Okay, right, not underground. I'm just a little stupid. Don't have much in the way of power supplies nearby, so you know what we'll do is we will give this area its own power supply. It looks like this is probably pretty windy. Well, I guess it's not, but it's windy down here, and we have no other use for this area. So we'll put down 2 windmills, because one windmill just looks kind of lonely. And then we'll get some power lines connecting everything together. We'll run a line from here, along the road down to here. And then we'll use a rural line to get our initial areas here powered, like that. Okay, what have I done with these power lines? That's just stupid. What's the deal here? Let's try that again. Something has clearly gone awry. Yes, I know. Now you don't have power again. You'll be fine. Just be patient. Come on, ground level, please. Like that. There we go. That looks much better. Okay, let's go ahead and build this out. I don't want to just start tiny and scooch it up in tiny little sections. So we'll put down some more roads here. For starters, we could go here, we'll curve down to, say, here we'll go like right around there, like that, and then we'll put down some straight road to get some actual forestry service on. And for now, I'll just focus on production. When we start doing the processing storage, I'll probably try to get most of it along the main road here. We'll see how it looks, obviously, but simple is probably better. Okay, medium tree plantation. What else have I got? Large tree sapling field. It's not that large, actually. I'll just keep with the plantations for now. And we'll go, well, let's start at the end of the straight section here. Right about there. we're going to end up with a lot of traffic here, but fortunately we're connecting to a road that isn't very heavily used. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, there's your water. They're going to want power as well, I suppose. Go with some more of the rural lines here. Because, oh, it already has power. That's just connected right there. Okay, let's get some workers' barracks in here. I wonder if the workers' barracks do anything for the population, if people actually live there. I mean, it would make sense if it did. I've just never looked into it. But for once, I normally don't do this. We'll go ahead and do a barracks. Slope too steep everywhere I look. Well, here's fine. It's a beautiful place for it. Although the terrain around it's a little rough now, we'll do some smoothing at some point. That'll be fine. Why are these people still complaining about water? I think I now officially have a water shortage is why. Okay, alright, let's go with the simple solution here. These forestry areas don't really pollute much, I think, but let me check. Pollution. Where is the pollution graph? That's garbage. That's not what I'm looking for. Wind. I just know I'm looking right over it. I hate it when I do that. Here it is. No, that's just industry areas. Come on, guys. Is this pollution? It's the purple thing. So we have a forestry area up here, and it produces 0 pollution. So there should be no problem putting a couple of water towers up above the forests here. And since they're cheap and cheerful, that should work just fine. Let's hook them up. And there we go. Okay, that should be our water situation sorted out. Sewage situation, again, gonna need attention soon, but does not need attention right this second. Get these water pumps some power. Like so. And if we need to, we can always add more windmills. I'm sure eventually all of this stuff will end up getting folded together and we'll have one monolithic power grid again. But for now, this is just easier and faster. More plantations, please. Too steep, too steep, too steep, too steep, too steep. What about smaller ones? Yeah, smaller ones will fit. Lovely. Okay. Oh, oops. I can just move this manually, huh? Just go there. That's better. Okay. So we got plenty of production now. Not doing much with it except exporting it directly so far. Excuse me. So let's see what we can turn this stuff into. We don't really need a maintenance building, I think. At least not yet. Sawmill turns forestry products into planed timber, and the biomass pellet plant does the wood pellet. So these are the 2 production facilities that we want total. And again, put these by the exit. Immediately complaining that they don't have raw materials. Now that's not an issue now, but we should put down a log yard. And I think actually probably a large one. So don't really have any super suitable places for this. I think what we'll do is we'll run a little branch road to connect it to. We'll put it down. Hey, weather turned itself back on. It's been a few episodes since that happened. Back to the gameplay. Use dynamic weather off and done. Good. That was easy. Just go with the straight line out here. And hopefully a little bit farther, I think. Hopefully that'll give us a place to put down our large log yard. What do you know? All right, I'm gonna raise a couple of corners here and flatten some terrain so that we don't get these weird dips. I never do like that. That seems pretty flat. They want water. That's fine. You can house water. And power should already be connected. Let me just level the terrain around it a little bit, and then we'll be good to go. Oh, okay, wrong button. This one. There we go. Look at that. Nice and flat. Beautiful. A little out of the way. Might be a tiny bit inconvenient, but whatever. And I think we're good to let production run on that for a little bit. So let's spend the second part of the episode putting together a nature reserve here. It's a beautiful place, nice and forested. People are absolutely going to love it. So, actually, do we need parking here? It's possible we need a parking lot here, because these roads aren't parkable, and there's no other way to get here than by car, so we might end up with issues if we don't. All right. And we'll put it, we got people walking. I don't know where from, but they're probably walking a long way. Maybe we'll put down a bus line too. Here, put it down there. Whoops, this one. Big parking lot, just a little bit farther over here, I think. Fine. Undo the snapping, and it's still snapping, which means we need to turn off the node snapping entirely. And whoa, not good. Nothing we can't fix. Oh, that is something we can't fix. All right, this is not meant to be. Let's try something a little more pragmatic. Turn the node snapping back on, because otherwise things will just never be good. We'll run a road down back here, and then we'll have the parking lot attached to that, like slope too steep. Fine, be that way. See if I care. This is not going well. My parking lots are problematic today. Let's try a flatter bit of terrain for this. Over here actually looks pretty good. What if we just run the parking lot? How is this slopes too steep for that? Why you gotta be so mean? Why you gotta be so mean to me? I'm gonna have to do the power lines again once this is done, but that's okay. Okay. Does that look pretty flat? Looks pretty flat. It's not perfectly flat. All right, I'm gonna Raise this side, I think, instead of lowering the other side. That looks credible to me. I'm going to move the nodes around just a little to get it nice and parallel to the road. That's just fine. So let's put down the parking bays and wash our hands of it. I do not want to spend another entire episode working on parking lots. What was it? Control A. There we go. Like so. And okay, now the employees have a place to park. Nobody's parking here yet. But that's okay. We'll worry about that when the time comes to worry about that. Does anybody not have power? Yes. Anybody not have power? All right, here. Done. These guys, no customers? No customers. So our stockyard is filling up. Wait, these guys don't have raw materials and those guys don't have customers. Why are you being like this, City Skylines? They're right next to each other. I don't know. This parking lot's not very popular. Hey, we're already up to 56K on the residential now. We're getting close. I'm going to let this settle down for a little bit because I'm not entirely sure what to make of it, to be honest. Let's see. All right, we're going to put down our park entrance somewhere around here, I think. Let's go ahead and where is our nature reserve? Here it is. This is the main entrance building. Ta-da! It's actually really small, isn't it? Nature Reserve main gate. The small Nature Reserve main gate seems bigger. Okay, so we're gonna have to work the terrain a little bit here and get rid of some of this road because we made more road than we need. Somewhere around there, I think, and we will put down a diagonal road here. We'll flatten this a little bit. Let's go ahead and grab the terrain tool, assuming I can find the terrain tool. Now, before we do that, I'm going to lower this side, get it kind of horizontal, like so. And now just kind of smooth it out. We're going to have some facilities here, so we need to kind of soften this all a little bit. Probably a bigger brush would work just fine here. There we go. Just kind of push it all to the back. All right, this does need to be a little bit lower still. Something like that, I suspect, will do just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and put in our main gate. Right there. Shall we have a parking garage? Shall we just slap down a great big parking garage and call it a day? I think we will. Nah, that's actually a little silly. There's no shortage of space here. It would be weird to build a parking garage. What we'll do instead is we'll pop down the parking road here, turn all of this back on, pop down the parking road here, and we'll run big old parking lot there. That'll do just fine. Looks pretty flat. Let's lower this some more. Get everything to match up. We'll slap down our lots. Have a feeling of a deja vu? Because I'm having a feeling of deja vu. And this is always weird. The right click to rotate rotates 360 divided by 60 degrees, which means you can never rotate at 180 degrees. Wait, you should be able to rotate at 180 degrees. Apparently it doesn't rotate 60 degrees. Just ignore me. As a matter of fact, you should probably stop watching. I'm probably too stupid to be doing this. Okay, all right. Parking lot, park entrance. These weirdos want water too. Everybody always wants water, and they're probably going to want power. So we'll just run some lines down from whatever. Fine, you're good. From the side there. All right, now we have this giant park area to play around with. Let's start by putting down some paths, and we'll use. I think we'll do like a main loop with the high-end paths, and then we'll have a bunch of little branching things. So let's see. There should be like a coastal trail, right? So that'll go to there, and then we'll have like an intersection there. And we kind of want to let people walk along the water line here. There's obviously not much going on the water line, but I could decorate that. We can come up with some nice stuff to make it look a little more appealing. It's a big ass coastal trail here. And then at the end here, it's actually pretty gradual. So this would be a nice place for some campsites or something. And we could even finagle in a beach here. Oh yeah, that'll be fun. We'll have a nice beach. That's gonna be cool. Just kind of trying to work with the terrain here as well as I can. But that's probably about as far as we want to go. I'm still in the park, right? No, I'm actually out of the park. Okay, went a little too far there. Kind of surprised you can still put park paths down outside of the parks. So we want to probably turn back right about there. And just kind of a nice meandering path back to there. So that's our main loop. That allows you to walk all the way around, and okay, I didn't anticipate this. I mean, it's not a big deal. We can just adjust things a little bit, but I didn't raise the terrain or anything here, did I? That's very strange. I'm a little mystified. But I guess the water's just a little weird here. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll change it if I have to. For now, it looks like it might have decided that it's okay. All right. We'll put down a couple of internal paths. using the undecorated trails. We'll go, should we have like an inner loop kind of thing? I think that might be what we do. We'll run a path here, and then we'll run just kind of a secondary inner path around here. Like that. We'll connect that in a few places with the main path. There and here. And over here as well. There we go. Look at that. What a lovely little nature reserve we have so far. Of course, it has 0 attractions. That's not very good. So let's start putting down some actual attractions. I've unlocked some of these bigger campsites already, so I'm going to start with a few of those. And now I'm thinking, I kind of wish this view didn't pop in every time I try to do this. It's not actually very beneficial. But I'm thinking we're going to have these larger campsites kind of off to the side of the paths. So we'll take some areas like here. That should do just fine. And we'll put down one of the larger campsites. We'll do that in a few different places, just so they're nice and isolated out in the woods. That's what campers want, right? They want to go out and have some nice tent cabins. We can probably do a bit more with the density, though. I don't think we need to like limit it to just the one here. We can put 2 of these opposite each other. And that'll be like our tent camping site. And we can do another one over here, I think. So back to the paths. And we'll run. Let's run it off from here. We'll go like this. I'll put a little straight section actually connect the camp to. Like that. Camping site number 1. Camping site number 1. There we go. And we want some of the tent camping sites. And we can kind of scatter these around a little bit. Just put them wherever we kind of feel like putting them. It's our little adventure. Okay, now we got campsites scattered around. That's pretty nice. I like it very much. What else have we got? We do have attractions we can use. And of course we have loose tents. But let's look at a couple of these facilities and we'll put them down like by the intersections. And what else? There's a lot of stuff I haven't unlocked yet. But there's a lot of stuff we have unlocked too. Let's see. Where are the... Got the lean-tos, we got the outhouses, we got the wells. Okay. This is more decorative, but we'll pop down some outhouses here and there. Should have at least 1 or 2 by every campsite, I suppose. Not too close, obviously, because they'd be smelly. Well, I think this campsite actually comes with outhouses. Oh well, no such thing as too many. And where else do we need outhouses? I'm taking this a little too serious with my with my outhouse placement, huh? Alright, what else? Oh, would be a nice place for a well. I don't know. Here, put down a well there. Why not? These are so small, they're not even visible. I'm not going to worry about that kind of micro detailing just yet. There's still a lot of bigger stuff we can put down. For example, we have these watchtowers, these viewing towers, which are nice. And I think this would be a nice place for one right there. And where else? Maybe somewhere up along the hills could go, maybe here. We have, a different lean-to shelter. Why not? I'm just going overboard here. Doing all of the cool stuff. We've done the camping sites and the tent camping sites. We have these piers. Well, they're viewing decks, but I'm wondering if we can use them as piers. Let's see. I can't really even see where the water line is. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's a good place for it, but it is a little flooded, so let's go ahead and raise the roads here a little bit. And we'll raise the facilities as well. Hopefully that'll do the trick. Okay, we can maybe have some loose tents in a couple of areas like this here. Where's my tents? Oh, why you gotta be like this? Come on, play nice. Here we go. Tents. Huzzah. Gonna possibly have to put down a couple of little path sections here to get everything to fit together. That's fine, I can do that. What is this? Oh, campfire site. Nice. We'll put that over here, I suppose. Like that. And then we'll just put down, no, a tiny trail. A teeny tiny section of trail right here. And everybody's happy. I'm getting a lot of flooding down here. I might need to rethink this entire path section. I'm not used to having areas where the water level is quite so unreliable. Normally, once it's settled down, it stays settled down. But we'll go ahead and do a little bit of terraforming here in the hope that we can just kind of smooth it out. I need a much larger brush size. Something like that. I think that'll probably do the trick. So, beach tool, right? We want this area to be kind of a beach. That's why people go camping, to hang out and look at the pretty water. So we're not going to overdo it, but we'll run back to here, and that's probably about right. And now we've got our little beach going on. Very cool. We can even put down some beach attractions. We can scatter down some beach towels here and there. Although, honestly, the scatter density isn't helping a whole lot. I'm getting effectively nothing here. There's like one beach towel over there. What about a couple more canoes? No? Kayaks? Are they kayaks? Whoa, hello. Academic year report. That's not what I was trying to do. Well, I already have some kayaks. So, basic little nature reserve going on here. Let's see, we have a whopping total of 0 visitors so far, so that's going really well. Is this a visitor? I don't think so. Come on, go to my park. 0 visitors. Tell you what, let's go make it like $5 for now. It's way out of the way. That's what is this? How does this keep happening? Not enough buyers, not enough raw materials. How is that possible? Is this thing like filling up first? All right, we'll sit on that for a little while. We'll let it do its thing, and we'll just sit on it. See how it goes. Meanwhile, we're at 56,441 residents, so I think next episode we're going to do one final push for the 58K. But for now, I think that's going to do it. We haven't made a lot of progress, actually. I'm kind of disappointed. Our park has 0 visitors. Our forestry area is utterly and completely defective. So everything's going great. Pretty much par for the course. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Do tune in